Instagram, Facebook. How are you guys doing? This is Mark Morris, the founder of Too Old to Be Too Old to Be Too Broke. The reason I started the company was I wanted to let you know, hey, I know you always hear about stuff, building wealth, buy rental property, buy crypto. You see what happened to crypto? 90% drop. Real estate, I'm going to give you a little something because I told you I was going to become a real estate mogul, but I realized the number of units, location, you got to have a growing economy, you have people moving in, you have people willing to pay, who want to pay money and pay the rent. That's how you get rich in real estate. So I'll talk to you about that. So if you guys haven't done it, go to Too Old to Be Too Broke. Too old to be too broke.com. Sign up on my mail list. I'm starting a YouTube Master Club. That's going to be $5,000. If you don't want to do that, just sign up and subscribe. And in between, I have my YouTube Lite 500. We go over the past videos I've made. I'll go over you with the Grant Cardone Closer Survival Guide. Give you some strategies on how to take sales skills. You use sales skills anywhere. At the gym, at your job, hey, when you're buying a car, hey, I know you want to give me an extra that, hey, if we can just get this done, can you lower the interest? So I don't care if you lower the interest, but can you just get the car here? I know they're telling there's a delay and stuff, but what do you need me to do to help you put me at the top of the line? That's what sales is. And it's just like, hey, keeping a conversation going, following up. So today I want to talk to you a little about too old to be too broke. Some of you guys have been hearing, oh, buy rental homes. They actually telling you to buy houses. Buy a house and rent it out. Or how about some of you guys who bought a house and then you're going to go out and try to, oh, we're going to buy a new house and then you guys are going to rent the house out. Don't do it, man. Don't do it. I was just looking today. I always read this. Before you rent a house or if you're thinking about an apartment, this apartment magazine, it should say duplex single family homes, because everyone in here is like I used to be. You buy a house, you buy a duplex, you buy a fourplex, you think, oh, it's going to be easy. People are going to pay their rent. Here it is. Their article today, 6 reasons you may want to sell the income property you love. Why would someone want to sell their rental property? Number 1, you're sick and tired of managing your investment property. That's true, because if you have a house, say you have a house I had a house, say for example, my house in Yucca Valley, the mortgage was $1,600. That's what back then. And how much are you going to really charge a tenant? I'm in a military town, Marines. A house is about 30 miles from a military base, so I'm looking for someone, 4-bedroom, 2-bath. So either I got to get 2 families to move in, or I have to bring someone with the family who has a dog and a lot of stuff to move in. How much am I actually going to charge them? See? If they stay on the base, they get $1,200. So I can only push it so much. Hey, I can say $1,300, $1,250, $1,300. Still coming out negative. So if it's a newer house and you're going to try to rent it out, you're not going to rent it out with what you're paying for the mortgage because that's too high. And that's how you're going to start slowly falling behind. And the worst thing that can happen, one door like Grant Cardone, I do agree with him on one thing. The more doors, what basically is saying, the more doors you have, it's just the more leverage or more time you have to recover. You keep getting cash flow coming in because you need cash to run an apartment. So either you're going to be paying the bill or the tenant's going to be paying the bill. Your goal is to hopefully get the money in fast enough that the tenant pays the bill. Only way I can think about doing that now is like you have to sign a tenant almost to, hey, if you sign up for 5 months, give me 5 months rent in advance. I can give you this discount. You may take a loss on the rent, but at least you got that money up front. Turn around and invest that money. Or even not even invest it, just keep it. Just be happy you got paid 5 months worth of rent. Because if you sign a 12-month lease, 2 of those 3 months, sometimes they're going to be late. Most time, it all depends on the person. But I'm more likely think that you will have people that will not pay their rent, man. So that's the thing. And you can't do a property manager because you're losing more money because they don't want 10%. That's what I had on my duplexes. Say I paid like $150,000 for the duplexes. Each unit rent was only $550. And then if you just got $1,000, if they just let them pay, which I should have just been a slumlord, just get that $1,000 a month, $1,000 a month, that's $12,000. But I'm in California, which is why a lot of people are moving away, kept getting hit with that supplemental tax bill. So then that's eating away at the money. Then afterwards, the tenant doesn't pay, I'm paying, disaster strikes. And that's how you go into foreclosure. So there's one thing they're saying is, you're sick and tired of actively managing your investment property. Because when you have a single home, you're going to be doing the management, you're going to be doing the repairs. I'm telling you. Don't try to do a fire sprinkler repair. Try not to find someone trying to suck about it, trying to build other houses. Those fire sprinkler guys are working with them. You have to do repair yourself. So what I'm talking about for too old to be broke, sometimes you hear I'm saying it's better to gamble than to buy property or to invest in the stock market. We'll talk about that later. Today I'm just focusing on property. For example, 385 East 160th Place. I just wanted people to pay $300. They couldn't pay that, man. And the house was in the ghetto, and I was giving them a deal. Oh, I got this, I got that. So see, it's not as easy as they say. So when I hear Grant talks about, in Florida, you can get away from renting a house. You got people moving away from California, people moving away from New York, people moving away from some of these higher tax states. Their retirement age, or they have big salaries, so they can go into the market and they're desperate. I need a place to stay, I need a place to stay. So I buy a property and say, hey, then I know so long as there's people coming in, I could keep pushing up the rent. That's how you get inflation. Get them into the house that I bought and then make money that way. But as soon as that stabilizes, like say the area I was in, I got a military base, what happens? They start cutting the military base. I had a house in a certain area, hey, that company's not hiring anymore. That company's laying off. So what does that mean? If I want to ask somebody for money in an area that they're laying off, they'll say, oh, I ain't going to pay that. Fuck that. I'm leaving. So that's why you got to be tricky with the house. So in California, I would not buy a house. If you're going to buy a house, it's not going to go up. If you ever think your house is going to go up, just go 2 blocks down or a couple of blocks around. Look at the older houses, grass, fences and stuff. And if you think, oh, I'm going to buy a new house and rent it out, no. You're going to rent it out, it's going to be a pain in the ass. Only reason you don't put it, and then I'll call you asking to buy it from you, like, oh no, we're renting it yourself. I took it off the market. You know why you took it off the market? Because you didn't get the money you wanted, and you're in debt, and you're sinking, and you're thinking someone's going to come overpay. It's not going to happen, man. So that's why it's too old to be too broke. Is saying, hey, sometimes it's better just to have a couple of dollars in your pocket, relax, drink a beer, adjust your strategy, then go out and try to build wealth, man. That's why I started the 666 Undercover Billionaire Study Group, $6, $60, $600, $6,000 program based off the Undercover Billionaire, $75, $175, $275 programs, help you pay off your car loan earlier. My Blackjack Retirement Program, hey, sometimes it's better just to gamble. Take your $500 to Vegas, sit down at the blackjack table, and play for 6 or 7 hours and try to get 5, 10, maybe 20% return on your money. So if you have $500, 10% return would be $50. So take that $50, put it away. And then you can maybe use that for your next trip, 20%, they make $100. On and on and on, and keep putting away your profits to eventually, okay, every time so I'm trying to figure out what I'm trying, so I'm trying to say is, every time you win, okay, I'm going to put half up and put half away and use that other half I made to keep bets, so I'm not touching my principal. That's how retirement used to work. Live off the interest, live off the return. Ain't much returns coming now, unless you want to buy a car. Oh yeah, got your cool car, depreciating. Don't do it, man. If I see one more per car on a donut, man. Buy these luxury cars and people don't take care of them, running them on donuts and stuff, and loud cars. Don't let them suck you into buying a car, man. But today I'm just focusing on real estate and why I started Too Old to Be Broke crime. In addition to that, I'm gonna give you strategies on how to pay off your loans, how to pay off student loans, how to like start saving money, to just show you what I've been doing. I'll also show you like some of my failures. Hey, I've got laid off, I've gotten fired, I've been in court, I had to deal with the ordinance people. What else is it? I've gone through all these real estate stuff. I wasn't not counting the hospital time, but I've been a month in the hospital because I almost lost my eye. On top of that, the brain almost died. So that's a whole nother story. But join my Too Old to Be Too Broke program. Today, just give me a little bit about real estate. So when people start telling you about, well, you maybe invest in it if you can afford to lose it. That's why I'd rather you gamble sometimes than go out and buy rental property, invest in stuff, or buy crypto. Go learn how it is to lose money. So when you get into a real estate investment, you know, okay, I better do research, I better be prepared, and you be ready either to, one, not get paid for a while, which is fine, but two, make sure if you don't get paid for a while, make sure that person doesn't skip out with your money, and make sure that investment doesn't crash. So let me know what you think about the too old to be too broke. Isn't it better to just be old and have enough money while you're building wealth to go to Starbucks, get a new tire, buy quality gas? Let me know what you think. Later.